Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, hello, welcome. This is Essential Patience and I am Patience. And in today's video, we are taking a trip down memory lane to back when I was in college, because I wanted to sit down, reflect, and basically just talk about some college regrets that I have. Okay, so this is not to be one of those people who are always, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. But let's be honest, we all look back and then we wish we did something better. And I am getting ready to go back to school, exciting. And I just want to take a trip down memory lane to remember what are some of my college regrets, undergrad. Think about what I want to do better. We all learn from experience, and insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And so I'm expecting new and even better results. And so I want to remember some of my college regrets and hopefully not do that again. Some of these, of course, would be exclusive to undergrad, but I'll see the way to turn it around and see what I can do better in the upcoming years. So the first thing, of course, is not asking for help when I needed it. And this is something I really had to dig deep as to know where exactly did it come from. And I think especially in high school, considering that I didn't really need that much help because I was able to learn a lot on my own. I was one of those people who's able to go out and find resources to really help me. When I got to college, I tried to use the exact same method because it always worked for me, without realizing that sometimes I just needed help from a professor or from friends or from people who had taken the class before. This is something that I definitely found out and implemented during the end of my college, and I will be taking that into grad school because I definitely wanted to ask for help immediately as I need. Of course, I would go and try to help myself, but I would not wait till it's too late to ask for help. Instead, I've learned to open up and speak up more and ask for clarification if I don't understand something, because I don't want to continue being in misunderstanding and then just hoping it will go away. But instead, I'm going to ask for clarification. I'm going to work harder to make learning a more joint effort and understand things and ask for help when I need it. So the second thing is not utilizing a lot of the resources that the colleges provide. If you've been to college, you know that there are a lot of resources. I don't think some students know just how much resources are there to help them, because your tuition covers more than you just going to classes. It covers the library, it covers writing centers, career centers, and I did not know till much later that these offices were there to help the students and that they were available to anybody who needed something. And so if you're one of those people who you're about to graduate and you don't have a job, go to the career center. Are you writing your resume and you need help? Well, go to the writing center to proofread it. There's so many things that also go on that you really want to make sure you're taking advantage of the resources, because they're there to help you and your school wants you to be successful. Yes, they want their tuition money. Yes, they want their fees, but they also want you to be a success story so that it looks great on them. And they have resources on campus to really aid in your learning. So ask questions, ask where they are, ask about the different resources, do your research, and you will find out more resources that would make your learning process easier. The third thing is not applying for more scholarship. Now, of course, this grad school will be slightly different, but one of my biggest regrets was not applying for more scholarships earlier, because I just got into this period where I was almost at risk of not having enough money to go to college. And that was a very hard part, because each semester, sometimes thinking, oh my goodness, am I gonna have enough? Am I gonna have enough? It was wearing me down versus, being able to go to school and focus on the learning aspect. I was a lot of time focusing on the financial aspects as well. And that's why I make so many videos on education, scholarship, internships, because this would really make it better and make your experience in college better and more worth it than putting it off, feeling overwhelmed by the financial obligation that comes along with going to college. So instead, I wish I'd been more consistent with applying for scholarships. And in my grad school, of course, now have new methods. It depends. I'm not too concerned about that, but especially in my undergrad, that was one of those things. The fourth thing is me not really having a life outside of college. Now, it just happened that I did not live on campus, so this made it so much more harder to be involved in the social aspect of college. So a lot of my time was spent commuting and going to college and then staying at home. So I wasn't socializing as much. I did, of course, make friends, but I didn't even go to homecoming. I never went to a lot of their social events. And so even though a lot of people always talk about the social aspects of Howard University and the homecoming and this, I can't always add so much because it's like, oh yeah, I never went. And looking back, I'm glad like I was able to focus on my academics and do well, because of course that was what's helping me and keeping me in school and funding my education. But I still wish that I had made time and emphasize the social aspect of it and live a little bit, like have a life outside of, you know, college, because sometimes I just didn't have a life outside of college. Like college was my entire life, and that's not always best way to go about it, because when it gets overwhelming, you have no other outlet, and being able to have these different outlets will help you keep you grounded in those moments. The fifth thing is not admitting it when I was struggling, and I used to keep a lot of stuff inside, and I think a lot of college students, they may either be like depressed or facing anxiety, going through a lot, and then you feel the need or the burden to like carry it on, and it's so heavy, but you keep carrying this burden. I just encourage a lot of them that if you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. If you need to just talk to professors, talk to, you know, friends, do what you need to do. I remember having a really bad schedule, just not wanting to share, but then I would, you know, open up to my professor and be like, hey, I may not be able to do this all the time because this is what my schedule looks like, and they understand, and we build a deeper relationship because now they understand that, look, I'm not putting off your work. Maybe I'll be late to class, but it's because I have to like do this, and this is my other class, so I have a lot going on. And it's not that you're gonna make it easy for you. No, you still have to fulfill your academic obligations. It will be more understanding, and they'll have more of an idea of what you're going through, so that they can help you in the best way that they can to ensure that you're still learning and you're still able to do the work to qualify and pass the class. The next thing is not being more involved in my school community. This is because Howard is very communal, and that's one of the things I loved most about attending Howard University. It's just the community that is there. It's so welcoming, it's so nice. It's almost like a little bubble for a lot of students, and it definitely was for me. It wasn't until towards the end of my sophomore year and junior year that I started even joining clubs and organizations and extracurricular activities. And I wish I had done it earlier, because of course the pandemic happened when I was in my sophomore year. So it took like half my sophomore year and all of my junior year. So senior year was when I was able to do that in person, but I started doing it online during end of sophomore year and junior year. But I wish I could have started earlier. I saw the benefits of joining extracurricular activities and being a member of, say, NSB or IEEE or SWE, especially as a person in engineering. You really find a community in those extracurricular activities. You just join for other things, but overall, having a community participating in it is very beneficial to you. It really helps with you mentally and to stay grounded. The seventh one is not perfecting more technical skills. Now, in electrical engineering, it's a little bit hard because there's a little bit of everything, but I wish that I had focused a lot more on technical as well. The pandemic, it did affect certain things. We weren't able to take a lot of classes in person, but I wish I had, say, for example, taken a software language or two and really honed in on it. Even when we're not learning it in class, I would have had the opportunity to do more of it outside of school. But because I was taking so many classes, like 6-7 classes per semester, it just made it slightly hard to have free time to do other things, especially when you're commuting over an hour each way. Yeah, it's a little bit much, but it's not one that I hold on to tightly, because I know I did the best with what I had, and I got a lot of skills that are very useful, and I'm still building up on those skills today. But I definitely would encourage a lot of people that the skills that you get out of college matters a lot. I've seen how the skills that I have really helped me in my career and have really marketed me towards getting a job or when I was looking for a job. But it's also very important to look at where you are, the career you want to go to, the career field you want to go to, and ask yourself, what skills do I need? And putting steps into place to make sure that you gain those skills, and those skills are sharpened time after time. And the last college regret is one that I still go back and forth with, but it was a sacrifice that I made in the moment. I'm still proud of, because it seems like even though I do have small regrets on it, it's still a good adult decision that really put me in a trajectory towards career success that I have today, and the opportunity to be here and to choose the job that I wanted to choose and not have to do something just because I needed more money. And what I'm talking about is living off campus. Now, if you've ever lived off campus and you commute, you would know how challenging that was. And at the beginning, I was taking 3 buses each way, and it would take me almost 2 hours just to get on campus. It was very, very, very challenging. What happens is I switched to a slightly more expensive method of transportation using the subway, but even then it still took me about an hour, at least an hour, to get to school. And with that, I missed out on so much. I missed out on certain events. I missed out on information sessions because it's late. When you're in college, because a lot of times people have classes up to like 6, 7 p.m. A lot of events take place like 7 to like 10 p.m. And I was just not able to stay because I had to go home. The last bus left to my house like 8 something, so I couldn't really stay. When you come from a situation like that, you miss out on a lot. And I still had the opportunity to participate in other events. It's just I had to be more diligent and I had to plan it more thoroughly versus just going across and it's like, oh, this company is having an information session. Would you like to enter? And listen to what they're saying. They're hiring for interns. Would you like to go? It's just more difficult than that. And it makes getting information, getting internships, getting what you need to succeed, it might make it more challenging, but it's not impossible. And with that, I am bringing this video to a close, you all. So these are my college regrets, and it's not like I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness, I regret this so much. I'm not thinking about it day after day, but I really wanted to sit down and reflect on it because I am going to a new stage of my life. It really helps me able to reflect on the past. So thank you so much for watching and listening. Let me know in the comment section, do you have any college regrets or any of these that I listed? Can you relate to? Thank you so much. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the notification bell if you haven't already, because I post 2 videos a week on Tuesdays and on Fridays. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.